Shocking reversals. Sha Carri Richardson's stunning miss versus Julien Alfred and Melissa Jefferson's ascent to the top. Runner ## symbol. Sha Carri Richardson's silver medal in Paris was meant to confirm her as the face of women's sprinting. Instead, the year that followed has shown a striking reversal. The Olympic runner-up has been unable to match the progress of her two greatest rivals, Julien Alfred and Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, who have used the 2025 season to redefine the women's 100 meters. The contrast has been sharp. Alfred, who seized gold for St. Lucia in Paris, has carried her momentum through the Diamond League with victories in Stockholm, Monaco, and the series finale in Zurich. Her times have been consistently in the 10.7-second range, highlighted by a 10.75 in June. Jefferson-Wooden, meanwhile, has taken command on the American circuit. At the USA Outdoor Championships in August, she ran 10.65, the world's leading mark this year, and the joint fifth fastest time in history. That came on the heels of her Prefontaine Classic win over Alfred and was followed by victories in Cilicia and Brussels. The numbers now illustrate the depth of their superiority. According to NBC Sports director Travis Miller /Travis Miller's 13. United States Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and St. Lucia Julien Alfred have 9 of the 10 fastest women's 100-meter times going into the World Championships. Jefferson-Wooden owns the season's 4 fastest times, 10.65, 10.66, 10.73, and 10.75, and Alfred has added 3 more between 10.75 and 10.79. Only Jamaica's Tina Clayton has disrupted their monopoly with a 10.8, 81, and in that conversation, Sha Carri Richardson was not featured. A February injury delayed her start, and when she returned in May at the Tokyo Golden Grand Prix, she ran 11.47 for 4th place. Progress has been slow. A 6th place finish in Cilicia at 11.05, counted as a season's best at the time. At the Prefontaine Classic, she was 9th in 11.19, 5 behind Alfred and Jefferson-Wooden. She admitted afterward, "I prayed for a healthy race and I got a healthy race, so I accept that." Her only relatively bright moment so far, that was in Brussels in late August, where she placed 2nd behind Jefferson-Wooden. Even then, her time was well outside the leading marks of her rivals. For an athlete who won the 2023 world title and anchored the United States to Olympic relay gold just a year ago, the downturn has been severe. Alfred and Melissa, by contrast, have created a season-long rivalry. Jefferson-Wooden has remained undefeated in the 100 meters, defeating Alfred at the Prefontaine Classic and again in Brussels. Alfred has remained strong in the Diamond League, capturing the season title and maintaining her status as the clear number 2 sprinter of the year. Both women have built their campaigns around consistency, while Richardson has struggled to string together even 2 convincing races. Meanwhile, the World Championships in Tokyo will mark the decisive test. For now, the women's 100 meters is not defined by the world champion of 2023, but by the duel between Jefferson-Wooden and Alfred, who hold almost complete control of the 2025 list. Still, following the streak of setbacks, Sha Carri broke the drought with a long-awaited podium finish in Brussels 100m. But what is this comeback hinting at? Sha Carri Richardson ends year-long wait with podium return in Brussels 100m. For the first time in nearly a year, Sha Carri Richardson reclaimed a place on the podium, securing 2nd position at the Brussels Diamond League. After a stretch of erratic results in a season interrupted by injury, her composed run over 100 meters brought both relief and reassurance. Arriving just as the World Championships loomed, clocking 11.08 seconds, she followed training partner Melissa Jefferson-Wooden to the line, offering the crowd a smile, a handshake, and what appeared to be an audible sigh of release. For months, Richardson had struggled to regain rhythm, beginning the season with unsteady results in Tokyo and Eugene. So, the sight of her finishing strong against Jefferson-Wooden and Julien Fraser suggested that her preparation was aligning at the most critical point of the year. Speaking earlier with Sporza.b, Richardson had admitted that her approach on the track was stripped of complication. "Oh my gosh, I feel like thinking takes away time. Once you're in the starting blocks, there's nothing else to think about. It's just all about actions." That clarity was evident in Belgium, where she relied on instinct and pace rather than overanalysis. A strategy that finally delivered a podium place. The victory belonged to Jefferson-Wooden, who spoke plainly of her own belief. "This year I have put in a lot of work, and that is what makes me confident. I know what I'm capable of. This is probably the first season that I have zero doubts because I know that I worked hard." Yet the story of the evening centered on Richardson's ability to weather a long run of disappointments and find stability when it mattered most. By stepping back into contention in Brussels, she not only marked progress but also presented a timely argument that her championship resolve remained intact. Whether it carries to Tokyo will soon be known, but this result provided the clearest signal yet that her recovery was gathering pace. The roar of the crowd echoed across the stadium, but for Sha Carri Richardson, the sound felt muffled, almost distant. The reigning world champion of swagger and speed had entered the 2025 qualifying season with the burden of expectation pressing on her shoulders. Millions had anticipated another fiery chapter in her story, but instead, the track told a different tale, one where her name would not grace the top list of qualifiers. It was Julien Alfred, this St. Lucian sprinter who stole the spotlight with blistering times that reminded fans of her relentless rise. Alongside her stood Melissa Jefferson, the American powerhouse whose raw consistency had quietly built momentum over the last 2 seasons. Together their names climbed onto the prestigious top 2025 list, signaling a generational shift in the sprinting hierarchy. For Richardson, the sight of Alfred and Jefferson standing tall wasn't just a reminder of missed opportunity. It was a stark mirror of the fragile balance between triumph and heartbreak in track and field. Her body language spoke louder than any interview could. Shoulders sagged, eyes fixed on the finish line she hadn't reached in time. The narrative surrounding Sha Carri has always been bigger than racing. She became a cultural force. Her flamboyant nails, fiery personality, and unapologetic confidence making her a beacon for fans worldwide. But when the stopwatch refuses to cooperate, image alone cannot secure a lane. On this day, her usual electric start lacked bite. Her top-end speed never fully ignited, and the final 30m saw her eclipsed by fresher legs. Julien Alfred radiated determination. Her performances this season have carried the aura of inevitability, as if every stride were preordained to rewrite history for St. Lucia. She sprinted with clarity. No distractions, no noise, only the raw rhythm of power meeting purpose. Melissa Jefferson, on the other hand, embodied resilience from early struggles to now standing among the top names. Her inclusion on the list proved that persistence often beats flash. Track and field is cruel in its honesty. There are no shortcuts, no manufactured narratives. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.